Hello everyone, welcome to a special Saturday night live stream. Tonight we're going to be talking about the TF UK Con. We're going to talk about TF Nation and the TF Minicon, all coming up this year. We'll be going through all the dates, all the prices, and all the guests. And plus, we'll probably be mucking about and reminiscing of our favourite memories of the conventions. It really is a brilliant time of the year. Really excited. Let's do this! It's a bloody Saturday. We're doing a Saturday.
I know, I'm all discombobulated.
It's crazy, isn't it? Thank you so much to all our wives who have allowed a double helping of basically going out and having beers on a Saturday night. So the first one we're going to talk about tonight. So we've got 3 conventions this year. We've got the first one coming up is TF Minicon, which is in 3 weeks' time. Then we've got the TF UK Con. Are you sponsored by Pepsi, Jamie?
Yes.
Cool.
I'm sponsored by Prosecco tonight.
Oh, that'll get messy. And
Stella!
and he's got his top on.
Just
Look, we won a game. You got to give me this,
We'll let you have
especially
it.
after last weekend.
Fucking Liverpool, though.
Yes.
No, it's fucking scandalous. And Forest should have had a penalty, but let's not get into that now.
Hi, Dave. Right, so the first one is TF Minicon, which is coming up in no less than 3 weeks' time. So who is going? Who's going to TF Minicon? Let me know.
TF Nation Minicon, yes, I am
Going,
going.
yes.
And how many days are you going for? So
who's going on
7.
Friday? Who's going on Friday? Who's going Friday? Who's going Friday? Who's going Friday?
Tuesday crew. Tuesday crew.
Tuesday crew.
Tuesday crew riding again.
So it's in Manchester, which
I'm
it was
actually
last
already
year.
there.
So this is the second year, isn't it? So the first one was last year. This is year 2. It's on the 23rd of March. Tickets are sold out. So apologies if you want them. The other 2 events we're going to talk about, tickets aren't sold out, so you'll be able to.
But there is a wait list. There is a wait list. So if you
Okay.
if you go on the wait list, if people do drop out, then you might get the call to come up to the special event and support your country. No, well, just support TFU.
And it's at the Victoria and Albert Hotel, the Marriott in Manchester. Single day convention. This one is like it's the mini convention. 23rd of March. We went last year, didn't we? So who was there? I was there last year. Alexis, you turned up for. You got there about 11 o'clock.
We're all there.
Last 2 hours.
My flight was
Graham,
so
you were
delayed.
there. Pete was there. Jamie was there. How did you find it last year?
I
Sat nav.
find it superb. I find it superb. I really liked the atmosphere. It was, I think, to be honest, one of the best atmospheres I've experienced at a convention.
Ooh.
And it was genuine. It was pretty awesome. And it was
Expand
good
upon
meetings.
the why, the
Well, we're still
why-
speaking, so hopefully I was going to come to
Fucking
that
hell.
point.
Alexis.
3 minutes and 13
Just let him talk, man.
Jamie's
You heard that
fucking
one
out.
time.
So
I love that. Expand upon the why.
While he is expanding upon
having
the
a
why.
fucking chance. But I don't want to give, and I don't want to make this sound like a negative to TF Nation. I don't want to make it's all TF Nation. It's because we've got other conventions as well. Like you've got TF UK Con. We've had prior TF Nations, and I think it helped to build up to that point of TF Nation Manchester last year, where there was just so many people I kind of knew, and thanks to this show as well, and it obviously due to the people on Instagram and Twitter and the Facebook forums, which is multiple pages which we seem to be a member of, and sometimes social media gets a much but anyway, quickly, it's because of that, and I think that's the reason I really quite enjoyed it. It's quite relaxing. I never felt isolated, and I felt everyone was just wonderful and just so polite and good humoured and just happy to see people again. I think we were still riding that wave of the COVID exodus.
Yeah, it was new. And what do you think of the actual day? So the whole day was a day packed full of Transformers events in the hotel. How did it compare to a normal TF Nation?
I particularly loved it. Me and Andy particularly loved it because we got to listen to Sixo and Toy Buck Soapbox, Liam and Stuart, and we got to the crowd and we got to chat to them afterwards. It was a bit toy photography, so I think that would elevate it over other things, probably unfairly in my eyes. And it was just ideal for me because I was really taking notes, and I went home that weekend, and I listened to what they said, and I put it into practice. So for me, it was immense for that. And then I was also quite excited because we had some theft. So there was like a Murder She Wrote mystery going on at some point. You know,
What was
which
that?
was
Yeah, something got nicked, didn't it? Off, was it
Yeah.
the tofu table or was it a different seller?
Yeah. No, it was
Oh,
a table beside Toifu.
Yeah.
Like, you know, the one that kind of felt like it was Toifu,
Yeah,
but it
yeah.
clearly wasn't. Somebody took
That's
off
why I
that.
was confused because I thought it was.
Normally
Yeah,
the
there
thefts
was
just behind
that
the bar,
drama, wasn't there,
so-
Jamie?
Yeah, you know, and then Paul, oh, sorry, I'll get Paul and Dave mixed up. Dave, I mean, it's like
Both
looking in the
hosts.
mirror when you look at Dave, yeah, with Dave and
alike.
Paul, you know, so tall. Dave was jumping into action. He was right on the case, and he was quite relaxed and chilled. But then it was like his Batman cape was on, and he was jumping into action. So it was all exciting. It was good. And we had the most miserable, dullest cocktail shake I've ever seen in my entire life, which
Oh, yeah, the
elevated
barman.
everyone around him. Yeah,
And they
done a
done-
look.
They done special cocktails, didn't they, just for the
Yeah.
event? I remember
That's
them.
cool.
Transformers
fun.
themed.
Yeah.
That was really good.
The
So
actual-
who were the guests? What was the actual event? The
I
traders
can't
and
remember
the
who all the guests were, but the format of it was you simply had the upstairs where they had the actual what you call the con room, and it was split. So you had a seated area right next to the bar, and that's where they were doing like the panels. And then they had some, you know,
Yeah.
some what do you call them, temporary wall things separated out. And then the other side was where the dealer room, if you want to call it, was in there. And a certain moth might have been in the area and the vicinity at the time. And you just kind of could just wander in and out. So it was like a much smaller Minicon, but it just felt much more relaxed from start to finish. It was just very chilled, and apart from the theft, obviously, but apart from that, it was just a really chilled out little, more like the conventions that you might have been to if you've just been to a day one.
Yeah.
Like, you know, and for me it would be like Leeds Comic Con or Sheffield Comic Con, something like that. It just felt like that. It was just smaller and not as intimate as a TF UK con, but still just kind of more towards that size of things. And it was just really chill. Like Jamie said, the whole day, you know, I think the least chilled part of it was just chatting with Sixo and Liam, and that was just because it was really fun to chat to them. So it was like, hey, this is great. And then then Jamie forced me to drink cocktails against my will because he asked me if I wanted a cocktail, and I said no, and he just looked at me and went, "You're having a cocktail," and dragged me off to go and get cocktails, which did take.
Is that why you spent so much money at Toy Fair? Because if I'm right, you spent more money than Jamie.
I did.
Money.
No, I think you'll find what I did, Moff, is
And
I
you-
gave that money to charity because I am a charitable person. So it's not about me. It's not about my charitable works. That's not why we're here, Graham.
Giving
That's not
back.
why we're here.
Jamie's
And
not
you-
was connected to Robertson back then. He was laying the seeds for getting a Robertson Grimlock. He
Oh
was
yeah,
chatting to him at that point, wasn't he?
And it bloody worked, I can tell you.
How many people go? How many people is how big is the convention? So I didn't go. Obviously, I came literally at the tail end and saw people for drinks.
You came about 10 o'clock, didn't you? 10 o'clock at night,
Yeah,
half past
yeah,
10.
Yeah,
we want to go
because
home.
I picked the one day that Gatwick, Heathrow decided to have a meltdown. The control tower fucked up, so I was in the line of 400 people trying to get a plane. And then when they realised that they could either send me home in a £200 taxi or get me on the next flight, which was £34, that was a very quick answer. But how many people actually do go? Is it 100, 200?
I believe it was about 200.
Yeah.
Yeah.
200. Okay.
That was the kind of number we were getting told.
But it never felt like overly busy or that you were packed in like, you know, sardines and stuff.
Mm.
I went to a Transforce back in, I don't know, God, it must have been like 2002 or something, 2003, and it was very reminiscent of, you know, like the initial cons and stuff. You'd have a bit of a stage
Oh,
or
yeah.
you know, some seating area, and you'd have the retailers and the traders around the side, and it would just be in one room and everyone was in there together.
I have
It
to
was
say,
really
I think
nice.
that actually TF Nations, because Auto Assembly was like that, obviously on a bigger scale than what the Minicon was. It's the one thing I really love about TFN is the fact they then eventually separated it, so you could, you know, you've got a proper hall to listen to people and really focus on them, and then get a hall for the dealer. But that's because it's so big. Like Auto Assembly, when's the last Auto Assembly? 2015, is that right? 2015, I think.
About that.
2016, something like that. But it reminded me of that. But it was lovely. It was, see, as much as, you know, we were all in the one hall, like we were sitting obviously trading all day. I jumped over to listen to a wee bit one of the kind of presentations, but we couldn't really hear the rest of it, which in the first thing in the morning, that was my concern. I'm thinking, are we going to be chatting to people, try to kind of do deals, and you're going to overhear? No, they laid it out really, really well, that when you were in the trader bit, you only heard the traders. When you were in the kind of bit when they're doing presentations, you only heard that. So I was very impressed with it. Thought it was really well laid out.
No, I didn't see it because I got there and I think I was a little bit late and I stayed in the bar and just caught up with people. The only thing I thought was different, the only minor negative I had about the whole thing, it wasn't the bar section, the most important bit. Probably I didn't feel was as good. I don't know why. It didn't feel as homely, or I can't remember if there was music. I remember there was a lot of horse racing. It didn't feel the same level of love.
Dog racing. It was
greyhound
racing.
Greyhounds, Paul. Greyhounds.
And you know, at TF Nation, like the bar, it just feels so homely and amazing. You're bumping into people, and I understand you can't get that. And it might just be because it was a new place. But TF UK Con, like even the first year of that, just like hanging out in the bar and stuff, it just felt more people were interchanging. We were kind of sat in one group on our table.
Yeah, we were
a big group. There was a satellite group, and that was really felt that was it.
Do you know what was good about that part was that the TFN group, the TFN guys were sitting around as well, actually relaxing a little bit as well.
Yeah.
That, you know, you don't see that in the big one because they're so busy. Like I was able to chat to some of them there, and I thought that was really good. But you're right. But I think that's also because it is a 1-day event. You know, I was only just this week listening to the Triple Takeover episode where they had Billy and David Mapes, one of the Mapes brothers.
It was definitely one of the Mapes brothers.
And they said the bit that they said was when they picked Manchester, it was based on the fact that they didn't. People would come to it without needing to stay, and lots of people didn't stay. You know, if you look at, you know, we were there quite a lot as well Friday and Saturday night. We had our own kind of table. There wasn't a lot over and above that. There was most people were just coming up for the 1 day, which is obviously what they aimed it to be. But I think that you're right. It kind of then lost that bar social bit that's really good about TFN.
Yeah, we didn't break out, did we, from our groups? We stayed in our groups, really. I had a quick chat with a couple of people. There just wasn't enough groups. And that's not TFN's fault, is it? Because, like you said, people were going home. People just weren't staying. But that was the only difference. Shall I talk about the guests who are on this year? So this year...
I was just going to say quickly, it's a different hotel this year, isn't it, as well, though? It's not the same
hotel.
Yeah,
different hotel.
Marriott.
So we don't know what the bar's going to be like there, unless anybody in the chat does.
Well, that's what I was going to say. Has anyone seen the hotel or the bar or been to this hotel before at all? Or
stayed at Marriott's before. They're generally quite nice.
Yeah.
I mean, that bar was quite linear. So the structure made it hard. So when I was moving around, I was dragging the chairs around. You know.
Even when we went up to the con, he was just dragging them behind him. And that bit on Jaws when he's got all the drums, and he's just dragging them along. Where's Jamie? Follow the chairs.
Can I help you, sir? I'm all right. Can I help you, sir? Fuck off, no.
I just sat down in one of them, and Jamie dragged me around.
So guests this year at TF Minicon are we've got Andy Cousins. He was one of the toy designers. Jack Laurent. He was the artist. I think he worked on Lost Light. He was part of the creative team. And Chris Carter as well, who worked on a couple of bits, including All Hell Megatron.
Andy Cousins
has done loads for the TFN Mini. TFN. Yeah, sorry, Andy. Sorry,
go on, Graham. No, you go.
I was saying Chris Carter's done loads with TFN as well. So like he did loads of the artwork for not last year, the year before when he did the kind of alternate movie script. He did a lot of the artwork for that. I'm sure he's kind of part of their kind of crew. But his artwork's brilliant. The Andy Cousins one's really exciting because he was meant to be at TFN last year, turned up and then had to go away. So he kind of never, you know, we had him 2 years ago and he was really interested. And then he was back last year and then had to kind of pull out. So it's good that he's back at this one. I'm looking forward to seeing him.
Is he Hasbro, Andy Cousins? Or
he was Hasbro around the time of G1.5, so he was involved in a lot of the designing of those figures. Although he was more the guy who'd get the designs and say, well, let's tweak it with this, that, and the other, and then some of the things we got with like Rotor Storm or Stalker.
Flash.
They're things that he had a direct influence on. Although interestingly, when he was at TFN, it came across he was a bit like one of those guys that you do see it does come to these things. He will quite happily talk about it all, but he's not a fan of it. It was just a job to him. But I think he was surprised
I'm
at
sure
the last
we can
TFN.
crack that egg. It's like Bob Dubansky, wasn't it? He wasn't a fan.
Sit down and have a drink, son.
When we were talking to him, he was just full of energy.
Yeah.
And he loved answering the
I
questions.
think he really changed his kind of perception of it coming to the con. I think he really enjoyed speaking to people and going back through it. Some of the stuff he had in his portfolio was incredible, and it showed that he had an excitement. He'd never really done it before, I believe, before TFN. So it shows that he's really enjoyed it. If he's pushed to come back last year at TFN, then he's wanting to come to TFN Mini. So
Did he bring a
That's a good
physical
speaks
portfolio
volumes.
as well, or are you talking like he talks
Yeah.
about? He talks about, or did he actually bring a physical portfolio and showed?
no
his...
physical portfolio. So he had old stuff
Yeah.
as well. He had like Micro
Yeah.
Machine stuff. He had
Oh, nice.
Action Man. He had loads of other stuff. So like
Great.
he didn't, like every day, it wasn't. It was just a job. It wasn't. Like, I'm only Transformers. He worked on various ranges. I really liked his Micro Machine stuff he had. So yeah, there's loads.
Sorry,
That's
that's
sweet,
a
lads.
photo.
I'm
At
back next
TFN,
week.
at TFN, because like you said, he turned up for the last TFN last year, but then he had to go, and he'd actually brought more of the prototype stuff. So there was stuff in the cabinets that apparently he'd brought that was, showing off some of the stuff he'd worked on. And there was loads of people going and looking at it and like, wow, look at that, that's cool. So hopefully he'll do the same for this or bring something along. It would be quite nice to see those things.
It's funny because some of those aren't like, they're not massive Transformers fans. They've done it as a job and stuff. Was it Andrew Wildman? He was a bit like that at TF UK Con, wasn't he? He was like, he didn't quite understand all the fascination with it, but he was such an interesting guy, and I think he genuinely enjoyed himself there. I think we turned him, didn't we?
I think it's a romantic idea. It's a romantic idea, isn't it? That they love it as much as we do, but for them, it's a job or a contract or something, and it's only when they perhaps then been involved with the franchise forever, like Furman, right? He loves it. He genuinely loves it because he's been in it for years.
It was just think about his. He was just a job. His was just a job at the beginning.
Yeah,
but then just being involved for so long, you can't help it. There's obviously newer ones like your James Roberts, Nick Roche, who were like us, grew up with it, were fans and it like that. So the kind of newer people involved with like IDW and stuff, I think they're more like us, but have got creative abilities that we don't have. But you're kind of folk from the 80s. It was a job, like same as anything.
You just flashed up on the screen, Jack Lawrence. Is anyone going to ask Jack about Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles? Is that frowned upon at a Transformers convention? Because obviously Jack.
No, you can ask what you want. Well, within reason.
Yeah,
Isn't that from TF Nation 2018?
It is, but I think they've just reused it.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
I was
getting away, Andy.
We're getting back in time.
We're in the DeLorean.
See if you chat to them about something other than Transformers, they're really receptive because, in the nicest way, loads of people are talking about Transformers. Like I talked to Greg Berger, for example, when he was there about Toxic Crusaders, and he just opened up like massively, started really talking loads about it. And I think it's nice for them to have something else to talk about. So if you go up to like Jack Lawrence and ask him about Turtles, he'll be over the minute to share about it. Who was
the chap at TF UK Con last year that was working on Luther, and I asked a question about which is now the Luther movie, which is now on Netflix. He worked on, obviously. Who was the chap there? Because we talked about Luther. He brought up about Luther. He was obviously one of the.
That was Andy Wildman.
That was it. Yeah, that was it.
I text my wife. No, I didn't. I didn't text my wife. Right. So also another thing, Robot Cop said he's a little bit nervous about going, even though he's been to 2 TFNs. His wife has been with me, not with me, with him. Sorry.
Confession time.
It's a big thing, though, isn't it? Like going to convention. I remember the first time I went to a convention, absolutely shitting myself. And I'm a regional manager. I do things like I'm fairly confident with a bit of dogging.
Regional or reasonable manager?
Both, I like to think. But going to a convention and having to like go up to other men and go, "All right, do you want to be my friend?" I wouldn't recommend doing it that way, but it is a bit nerve-wracking. And I think when you've been to a lot of different conventions like PlayStations and Segas and other things, Warhammer and stuff, there can be a lot of clickiness there, a lot of, oh, do you not know about Transformers, elitism, and I just don't find that in the Transformers community. I find there's always people who look after you. I remember being welcomed onto tables and people chatting away. So I understand that anxiety that Rob was saying is definitely something we should recognise. But honestly, just talk to anyone, talk to any of us. If you're coming, we always, I've made so many friends just from talking and chatting to people. But absolutely understand that. How did you guys find it the first time you went to a convention?
I just want to say the moment, I think it's like social media cars, the moment we say there's no clickiness, someone will usually say the most elitist clicky thing, and I just want, I honestly just want to say, I agree with totally what Paul says, and yeah, just go there, and it's okay to be nervous and have anxiety, because everyone else will be in a similar boat. Even people who seem the outwards confident, they won't be. In fact, the more outward someone is, the more confident they appear. Perhaps the most anxious they really are. You know, they can't help themselves to just keep talking. So yeah, don't worry about it. You're not alone.
And often as well, the nervousness, the adrenaline you're feeling, it's to set you. Athletes apply it in the same way. It's excitement. You're excited to be there, excited to engage with other people, which love something you want, right? And it's just how you position that particular that chemical that release in your brain, right?
Yeah, endorphins.
So it's the same energy that athletes have when you're excited that you are when you're nervous, and you're nervous because you're excited, and you're excited and vice versa, right? So just channel the excitement and think about all the positive things that you want to say, and lead with that. And if you get something wrong, no one gets a shit. No one's going to judge you, and no one else will know. Just you. So just keep going, plowing through. That's what I do every fucking Friday night, and then you know.
I mean, you could always go training.
I went to my farm.
You were doing so well.
I know. It was...
you could always do some training and go to your local Smith toy store and just be a single man standing in that toy aisle and picking up the toys. And when someone comes to you and say, "Is that for your child?" You go, "This is for me." You know.
Proclaim it loudly and proudly.
Yes.
Right, Graham, what were you going to say? Sorry.
I was going to say, I went to my first auto assembly in 2012. Went to several auto assemblies and then went to TFN. But it was TF UK Con, the first one, before I really introduced myself to anybody. Like, I have major social anxiety. I really struggle.
You wear a fucking kilt, you moron. How can you say you've got social anxiety? You're like, look at my thighs.
Whoa, Jamie,
thighs. Touch them.
Just because I've got majestic thighs doesn't mean I've not got social anxiety. Anyway, but I was going to compliment you, Jamie. I've ruined it.
Majestic thighs.
I'm not wearing my boxer shorts.
Walked into TF UK Con, and I was really nervous because I'd been watching this show for however long, Jamie and Alexis were sitting drinking. I was like, "Oh, Jamie and Alexis for the show." Greg was nice enough to just go up and say hello, and it was like, you were so welcoming, and you know, now I count you as really good friends because you were welcoming that night and then thereafter. And you know, your comment of just go up and say hello to people, it is hard, but I can tell you that it's really worth it to go up and just have that wee bit of brave. And the beautiful thing of this community is, you know, there's generally a transformer on a table. There's generally something you can chat to, you know, that you've got a common interest in. You know, it's the one thing that I wish I'd done more of.
Alcohol as well.
Previous ones at auto assembly stuff, like I totally didn't do it. Just was I was getting kind of look around, but now it's like I love getting, like last year was great, just get up to people and kind of seeing what they had and chatting. But you know, if you have continually said, and it's the best thing about this show is, if somebody's coming to these conventions and isn't sure, come and sit with you use more
for the whole time. Honestly, if you're worried, just hang out with us for the whole time. We're 100% entertained next. I know what it can be like.
That's it. Just make sure you
tell lube. And make sure you give a lot of information about yourself, because you might have us at a disadvantage. You'll know a lot about us and we wouldn't know nothing about you. And we need weapons in Arsenal to fire back. So
no one
it's violent now.
No one needs Arsenal. No one even likes Arsenal here.
I know.
Shut up, Arsenal the best.
But it's true what you said. It's like Guzzy Healer there. He just sat down with us. I remember at TF Nation, TF UK Con as well, and I think he bought the sexy RC from Prime Time Off Toys. I think he got it for £65, he said, or 60 quid. He was very pleased.
I think only creepy people buy that toy, Jamie. I don't know what you thought about it.
That's true.
It doesn't seem like that.
Hi,
Creepy.
guys.
No, and I think that's a good
Creepy
example.
non-belt wearers.
Yeah, I know, exactly. Not real Scotsmen. I think.
Oh, here we go.
I'd like
Oh,
you
the
to know,
gauntlet's
it was-
thrown down.
It was
Thanks for coming,
Alexis who
everyone.
pre-ordered it, and it was Alexis that invited me to the forum.
Hail to the bus driver.
As long as they're
Hail
all
to
Scots
the
that
bus
argue
driver.
amongst themselves, they're not going to invade us. So
That's why we
we're
keep
gonna
winning.
continue.
Exactly, just like the French. Hello to the
Right.
French
Okay.
viewer.
Anything else on TF Minicon? Obviously, I'm absolutely stoked. Can't wait. Is it 3 weeks away? 23rd of March.
Today.
Yeah.
3 weeks.
Yeah,
Today.
3 weeks. So the chat was asking when's everyone going down. So I'm going to go down on the Friday. I'm hopefully going to get there at 4 o'clock. If my boss is watching this, I'm going to book in half a day's holiday. Although I think I'm owed the hours for the last couple of weeks. I'm definitely owed the hours, but no, I'll book up. I'm going to try and get there for 4 o'clock on the Friday. Me and Alexis are staying at a fucking ropey hotel around the corner, and then we'll be there obviously nice and early Saturday. Definitely fresh faced. 100%. I'm sure me and Alexis.
As
You don't
you
shit the
always
bed in the
are.
hotel. You don't shit the bed in the hotel. You shit the kettle.
Yeah.
Yeah.
From
So
that
when's,
review you shared.
when's everyone else getting there?
Friday evening. There'll be early evening.
Friday.
Friday.
Sorry,
I need to-
Pete.
I might be working in.
I mean,
up in Leeds.
Pete says
that
he's
day, or I might
hardcore.
be in London. I need to see where I am.
But he's
I'll
not, is
travel.
he? He never
I
comes early. He always got.
Well, that's not what I've heard.
Ah,
Hey!
I'll be there, bright and bushy tails, knocking on your bedroom doors on Saturday morning. I'll be fresh. You maybe not.
there we go.
Are you just going to go around every bedroom door and knock till you find it? I admire that. That's commitment.
He will be. He will be. He will be.
I am
Emma, wait in the
hardcore,
car.
Steve.
Wait in the car, Emma. I've got something to do. I've got man stuff to do.
Just stepping over Alexis in the corridor. Try the next door.
Another issue, apart from anxiety, is obviously some people always think about the money involved. And a couple of tips I would say is bring a hip flask if you want to bring some alcohol.
Yeah.
Seriously, just do it.
Don't be
No
afraid of
point in
bringing
hiding
beers.
about
Bring
that.
your own beer. Bring your own alcohol. Yeah.
Don't be worried, just drink water. Bottled water, get water from the bar staff, water with ice, you name it, and don't worry about getting trapped into a round system. People are intelligent enough, they won't trap you in a round system at all. So you just come casually, just join in the conversation. You don't need to buy anyone drinks, etc.
Yeah.
As I said before, a hip flask is good if you want to have some alcohol. You could get some Coke from the bar, or you could bring bottled water and ask for, pints of water from the bar.
That's a
staff.
good shout, Jamie. I think that's a big challenge. I mean, you've spoke about that before, about the aspect of the cost of these kind of conventions. Like TFN last year, I took my own coffee machine because I was just like, I like a nice coffee and I like a couple of coffees. I was like, that's just cost the money that's going to cost me. So I took my own wee coffee machine for the room, and we had several beers and the reception that were not bought from the bar. I think it is the aspect. How do you kind of cut your costs down to make it affordable, make it enjoyable, and the pressure that you can sometimes feel when you go out with people, just as you say, don't get involved with the rounds.
I like that, Greg.
Can
You
I-
sound Scottish.
can I
You
just-
sound Scottish, but you're half Italian, really, with the coffee.
Yeah. Can I just clarify those 2 points? Members of this group aren't exempt from buying rounds.
Alexis is except
Paul,
Yeah.
Paul,
Alexis
scouting
is
party.
fine.
Scouting party.
Scouting
Yeah.
party.
Going party always exempt from rounds. Scouting party.
Scouting for
We'll
beers.
start counting your rounds on the Friday, Pete, so you can catch up.
Yes, love it, Jamie.
We'll line yours up at the bar, mate. If they take them away, we can't stop if they fucking take your beers at the end of the night. Though we'll line them up there for you. They will be there. We'll take a picture of them.
Right, so TF Minicon, 23rd of March. It's in literally 3 weeks' time. It's £40. Tickets aren't on sale anymore, but you might be able to pick one up. And if you go to people going to TFN, sometimes people pop up tickets there, and it will be at the Marriott Victoria and Albert Hotel in Manchester. Right, so that's that one. Super excited for that. The next convention coming up is one which is very personal and dear to our hearts, which is TF UK Con Minicon. So we're all a member. We all met, really, started talking to each other through the TF UK Facebook group, wasn't it? That's how we all know each other.
You said it was
Yeah.
Barbicon. You said we're doing Barbicon. You promised we're doing Barbicon.
Barbicon.
Yeah.
I'm going to ban you from doing jokes unless they're funny. Go forward.
No jokes then.
Banned.
How long's he banned
Jamie's
for?
kicked you. That wasn't me.
And with good reason.
He kicked himself.
In many ways, he did.
So I've got some details on this. 2 secs. So 3rd year for this. This has been primarily organised by Luke and Graham. I know you're heavily involved. Primetime Toys are heavily involved.
Gav, Simon.
Yeah, me as well. Done loads for it.
He needs to spread that conviction across 6 people. Really.
But you were right, Paul. We did all meet initially. It was through TF UK that we got to know each other, and then at TFN meeting up with people because you talked or chatted in TF UK. So if anybody's not a member of, I can't imagine anybody watching this isn't a member of TF UK by now. Surely
Unless you've been
you're
kicked.
not.
Sometimes
TF
I
UK
kick
Facebook.
people.
We know. You mean physically, right?
But,
just run up to them, bang.
yeah. So they're a great. Yeah, as Dave was saying, such a great group. It's what kind of got us together to do the show. It's what I remember going to the first ever TFN and wearing a TF UK t-shirt that Alexis is demonstrating, and Alexis came flying up to me and went, "Hiya." We both had the same t-shirts on. I was like, "Oh, he seems a bit steamy." But no,
T-shirt friends.
Really good old chat about it, and obviously been friends with Alexis ever since. Yeah, it's awesome. So convention 3rd year, guys. Thoughts of the last couple of years? How did it go? Because I love this convention.
Same.
I'll go then.
Like,
Okay, go on. Go, Graham. You go.
no, on you go, Alexis.
I think it's chill. It's fun. It's enjoyable. It's interesting to see the guests. I really actually like the fact that you get to hang out with all the guests, and it's really nice to hear the feedback as well, because it's like it's not, I wouldn't say it's like an alternative, right? But it's not. It's I'm trying to think how what way to put this is. It's a tradition. It's a very chilled and laid back convention, right? I wouldn't say it's a traditional convention. It's people, everyone going around and just having a good old chat and chinwag, right? And then occasionally someone will come up on stage and talk about something really interesting for half an hour, 45 minutes or an hour, and then we'll all sit around and and listen to them, and ask questions, and again we'll go around and it's just super chill.
It's got so it's in May 2024, 11th of May.
You'll do that again.
Yeah, sorry.
I've got the ticket.
I was trying to do two things. I was trying to read and speak at the same time. Saturday, the 11th of May, 2024.
There you go.
Cobden Hotel
You never work
in Birmingham. The tickets are £35 for an adult, but if you use the code TFShow5, you can get £5 off that price. It's free for kids, so up to the age of 11 you can come. The guest this year is just some of the guests came from last year, and they're so cool. So like Simon Furman, amazing guest. Chris McFeely, amazing guest. They just love hanging out, chatting like they do at TF Nation. But when you think instead of having 8,000 people, there's probably about 100 of us. You get time to chat and catch up with them. There's Lee Sullivan, Lou Stringer, and Toys R Us, and we're going to have a virtual guest in terms of Bob Budiansky. Oh, got that name right.
Budiansky. Oh, no.
Budiansky.
So, Grant, I don't know if you want to talk further about this, because you are kind of leading it with Luke at the moment, aren't you?
Yeah, and like you said there, the aspect of sitting at the bar with the guests, like I talked earlier about the meeting you guys for the first time. Jamie, myself, Alexis, Jeff Senior sitting with Simon Furman, just sitting chatting about, like, it was such a geek out moment, was it, Jamie? It was like, this is like Simon Furman, and you're properly, asking him everything that's in your brain. I think I remember me and Jamie just bombarding him a little bit and then going, probably asked too much, but it was just such a different event. The way I explain it to people is it's like the bar area at TFN, but then into a convention. It's just so much more relaxed, so much more chill. The guests are brilliant. Like, it's been absolutely fantastic. So first year, I just went along, helped out with Greg at Primetime Toys before joining Primetime Toys. And then last year, I was able to go up and interview the guests, which was daunting but incredible. And then this
I thought
year,
you were really good.
same.
I thought you were really good. You were really
Thank you.
professional up on stage, mate. I really enjoyed your segment.
It was an interesting one because it was kind of last minute, just maybe a week before, 2 weeks before, something like that. That I stepped in. This year I'm much more relaxed. I've got stuff prepped. I know what I'm going to ask. I grabbed Andy and Jamie on to ask proper professional questions to Bob. Our friend Bob, Jamie. We just call him Bob.
Bob the buddy.
But,
Bob the
you know,
buddy.
exactly.
Bobster.
That for me, that just feels feel incredibly lucky to be involved with something that gets you a chance to speak to people like that. My favourite one from last year was Bob Skier, who wrote Beast Machines. We did Simon Odd and I did a virtual interview with him, and he was just incredible. He was so passionate. We spoke for like 2.5 hours. It was so hard to cut it down. He was involved with X-Men, so Simon and I are going to catch up with him post the new X-Men airing, so we can chat to him about it. Like,
So
how cool is that?
he's involved in the current X-Men and the previous one as
No,
well.
he did the previous one, just the previous one.
Yeah.
But he's got an incredible career, and you're getting a chance to speak to these people. And like you asked earlier on, it's just the interesting bit with Bob was just saying, what are you in? What was the favourite thing you were involved with? And that's when he started talking about X-Men and started talking about the Spider-Man cartoon and stuff like that. So it's an incredible experience. I'm really looking forward to this year. Tickets are going extremely well. Paul, I shared a little image with you if you want to kind of share the images. So
Yeah, I've got some.
just Cobden Hotel. We've had a bit of a challenge with the hotels. We had to swap hotels, but it's
Tell them the reason why.
really
There was quite a weird reason why we had to swap hotels.
You offended them. It was.
They remembered
you tried to call their drink. They were like, "Can't record it."
Did Paul shit in a kettle?
He did. No, they have,
again,
like some other hotels in Birmingham, they've shut down for homelessness and refugees, so they're no longer open to the public.
It's happening
which
all
is
over
also,
the country, though. It's like
it
lots
is,
of hotels.
You're right. But Hagley Road, there's quite a few of it's happened in Hagley Road. You know, the Cobden where we've got the venue, that is a full hotel, but the rooms are shut for the same reason, so we've only got access to the suite. The amazing news is we have smashed our ticket sales from the previous years. The last week and a half sales have been incredible, just continually every day. Paul's in the group, and I'm continually adding in. We've got another sale, and some there's some behind the scenes stuff happening that's really exciting for this year and for next year. You know, we're already talking about next year and what next year is going to bring. The biggest thing, and Luke always says it, is the more tickets we sell in advance, the more we can do stuff on the day. You know, that money that we get goes back into the convention. If everybody was just to turn up on the day, it would be challenging to do anything. But it's incredible. So we've got 2 exclusive figures. The pre-orders are going up, I think, tonight. Look,
yeah, they're up.
In the chat, he
Luke's
was intending. Has he put them up? Oh,
yeah,
there you go. So 2 exclusive figures. This is the artwork done from Lookin's Tees, and this artwork and this design is going to be on the convention. Guzzy, I don't even think we ever spoke about a ticket limit, but we're at the point where we might have to start talking about a ticket limit and selling out.
I was
that's how good we're doing.
Have you got a rough estimate, like how many people you expect to be there, or how many people?
So the new hall. The interesting bit is the new hall's beautiful. Like the new hall, you've seen the new hall, Paul. Like the walk through the new hall, it's stunning. It's got an outdoor area. It's got picnic benches. It's got a proper trader area. It's got a bar area. It's going to have a separate area for the guests to do signing. It's a far better room for the convention than last year, bigger, so we can. Last year's capacity would have been 100. We've got the option. We've got the option to go higher than that, but we haven't set a limit just now because we thought, oh, we might not get anywhere
Is
near
that
100.
bar area exclusively for the convention, or is the bar area open to the
Not
full
for us.
hotel?
Just for us. And the good thing is we've talked the hotel into opening up on the Friday night as well for the bar. So MD coming down on a Friday night. We have a central location. So we essentially went in and said the previous bar sold out of drinking the first Friday night, the first year, and then did a good turn last year. So they have kindly opened up the bar for us, which is also good for any traders who wants to come in and can have a look at the area.
What's the security
we have
going
got
to be like?
Gav's
said
there,
this.
so
Gav.
Gav.
I was going to fuck with Gav.
But yeah, so like genuinely, we're looking forward to sharing the video of the convention room. We'll do a walkthrough. Looked at a lovely walkthrough, so you can kind of see what it's like. The good thing was when we had the same hotel for the first 2 years. Last year, you knew what you were getting. You knew what it was going to be like. You knew what you were expecting. I know that's a challenge this year, so we've prepped some the video and
Again,
some guides
the
to
tough
make it
question,
easier.
Graham. What's the
for it.
security going to be like? Are we going to have an armband to use so people can be identified?
Same as-
Because
that's what we
because
put
we're
in
not
last year.
small, you're getting bigger now, so
Yes, yeah.
you're
yeah.
going to have to
that
start
was
thinking about that stuff.
That's what we did. No, we did that last year. We put the wristbands in last year based on your exact point. Learning from the previous year, we put
You never know
wristbands in
what
for
dodgy
last year.
bastards are going to be about.
Yeah, we have got some other secret things. This is a birthday party. We're treating this as a birthday party for the Transformers.
Are you
So
going to
there
have
will be
anyone
birthday
undercover?
gimmicks.
Maybe someone might bring up GoBots and we have to move in.
I can't tell you.
quickly.
Oh,
Jamie,
Jamie's
Well, what's
are you
that,
facing
dildos?
the joint?
Jamie, you're not asking the
What's your
serious
plans,
questions.
Jamie? What's your plans?
Graham,
What's your
it's a
plans,
birthday party. Will there be a Colin the Caterpillar cake? If it's a birthday party, there has to be.
I mean, we
You're gonna
talked
make
about
it
some
up?
really funny stuff, so
and
we're doing
will there
some
be a-
evening entertainment. I think there's
will
going
there
to
be
be there's a risk of there being some pass the parcel.
I thought you were going to say karaoke.
Will there be
We've
any
got-
sexy,
We've got
sexy
presents, prizes and
RC
stuff
jumping
like
out
that
of cake?
already, so. I don't know if you're up for dressing up as sexy RC. Alexa's saying yes.
I mean, he always
And
is.
Probably yes. I was thinking that's to say that. But yeah, it'll be. Paul, you've seen the chat. We've got some really fun bits. The big bit is we want it to kind of feel like a party atmosphere, have a bit of fun. The challenge with the hotel has really put a damper on it for us for a wee while. So we're really building back into the excitement and the fun bit of it. So look forward to sharing some updates and stuff over the next couple of weeks as we build into it. But it's
And bless
already
Luke, 'cause Luke's
more
Luke's
successful.
the guy who's like organising the hotels and stuff. And I remember the first one when he was going to the Apollo Hotel, and I organise events and stuff. I've done a lot, and like he said, no, it's just not right. I was like, oh, for fuck's sake, why are you changing it? And he's like, no, it's not right. I'm going to change it. He changed the hotel to the other place we went, and it was just the best decision, wasn't it? And he could have just done the easy way out. But Luke's been brilliant, and he's been exactly the same things happened this year. It's so stressful to have a hotel say, "Oh, you've paid all that money for a convention. Well, we're not going to be open for that." And he's just no issues, just got on with it. Gone, okay, we'll find somewhere else.
Are we doing a quiz this year again? Because I've started preparing one. I know. Are we still doing a quiz at the end like we did last year? Because
I would say yes.
Okay, all right.
I thought for me it was great for me because come kind of tea time I was able to switch off and then sit back and relax, and I had a great night because I was just listening to you.
Happy to sort of try and organise one again. And
please make sure it's just not a serious one. I don't want RJ trying to beat up Chris McFeely to have a challenge again.
It'll be
Let's make sure it's
Go,
not fun again.
Go bottle dildo.
No.
The only way it'd be serious if it was about dinosaurs.
Yeah, then it'd be serious.
It'll be very similar. It'll be similar to last year. So there won't be Go Bottle Dildo, but there'll be a new round similar to that, and there will be the Transformer Relay race will be back.
Is it you've got to take the GoBot and try and stick it up your arse? Because
we do that anyway. Right, so let's finish off. So, what guests are you most looking forward to seeing? So we've got Simon Fairman, Lee Sullivan, Chris McFeely. Chris was brilliant last year. Lou Stringer and Toys R Us at the moment.
I'll expand on that because we do have a YouTube roundtable. It'd be remiss of me not to point out that Ian Arrowfire will be on that as well. Russ is also bringing, as much as he's going to be a guest for that roundtable. So there'll be Chris, him, Ian, and some others potentially in that roundtable. Russ is planning to bring ultra rare Transformers. He's going to put a video up to talk about what ones do you want to see him bring. I've been to his house. I've seen his collection. I saw a Grand Max in person and got emotional. So think about what you'd like to see in person. You know, we've all got kind of holy grails. Russ potentially will bring those. I think that's we've got to give a compliment for Matt.
I don't think I have any holy grails anymore. I feel like I'm content. Yeah.
The actual holy grail, perhaps, for you.
What, from Indiana Jones?
This is a
Two of
the
them,
face
though.
of a content man. I'm just. Yeah.
So
The roundtable will
it's
be interesting because
very-
there's a lot of people want to ask questions to
very
people like
kind.
yourselves that are YouTubers.
It's very
Only
kind of
for
Russ
Tim
to actually
Christmas feeling.
put those rare Transformers up as the prize for our quiz. It's very kind of Russ to do that. I'm so glad you did that for us.
It was so cool though. Last year we obviously had our own prizes, didn't we, to give away? And it was the last year that Ben Robinson was in the UK. Was it Ben Robinson?
Davison.
Ben Davison,
Ben
sorry.
Davison,
Before he,
Ben's
Ben's Collectibles, basically, before he went over
Yeah.
to Canada, and he had the huge Transformer. He just gifted it over. He was there trading. It's going to be sad that he's not there this year. It wasn't really sad
Yeah.
that Thew's not there. I would love Thew to be. He was there for you year one.
That's the one I'd like to come back to.
Yeah, I
Come
really
back
like
to you.
you. He was such an awesome individual, and not because I won so many prizes off his competition. Remember, Andy? But I ended up just passing on them.
You're easily
Very
bought,
good.
Jamie.
You-
You're easily
I know,
bought.
Oh, he's a
Yeah.
slut. He's terrible. For
He's
it.
a confident as that. I mean, it is. It's few and far between, right? He is. So.
I remember you shouting
Shut the
that
fuck up. Just
about
shut
4
the
years
fuck up.
ago, just shouting, "Oh look, there's Thew and 4 opportunities." I was like, "Oh no!" It's my
How many
favourite
times did
person.
he shout it?
Oh, 8.
Who, me?
Yeah.
The worst thing is when he did it when Simon was here. He was like, Simon.
Oh no! Let's not bring that one up again in the bar when he was
God.
in the evening when he was shouting at Simon. who got
Taxi!
angry.
Taxi!
Not Simon, by the way. Simon didn't get angry. Alexis got angry because he shouted at Simon getting ignored.
Simon got angry in the end.
He probably did.
It was,
I
like watching
was.
it was like watching a demented Oompa Loompa, you know? It's just like. Thought he was going to break out a wee dance.
Kick him, Paul. Kick him.
No,
I-
I'm not involved. It's between you two.
I've actually lined up a couple of special presents for the winners of the quiz.
And what did
It
you
will
donate
be-
last year, Pete? Just to put into context, what was the big prize you gave
Your
everyone?
virginity.
At
Kids virginity.
what was it? What was the bag you gave me?
A couple of versions of Transformers the movie 2007.
A
How
couple.
many?
If you had to
How
put a
many?
number
Okay.
on the couple,
About 42. You got a DVD.
That's what I was-
You got a DVD.
you're
our very own Oprah.
off has just woken up and he's wondering what it's been online the whole time since yesterday. Yeah, and that's our 24-hour stream done.
Oh, that would be awesome.
I can't wait to see Chris McFeely. I thought he's such a nice guy, so interesting. Generally likes chatting, and I remember picking him up from the airport, and we were chatting away, and he was saying about what he does and stuff. And he said, "Oh, do you?" And I said, "Oh, we do a Transformers show." And he's like, "Oh, yeah, no, I know Transformers show." And I was like, "Shut up! You know who we are." Fuck off. It was crazy, but yeah. Just a generally nice guy, and at TF Nation, he was the same, wasn't he? He was saying hello and made
Oh,
the
he
point.
came and had a really good chat. He's a
Yeah,
lovely
good
bloke. He really is. So knowledgeable.
Yeah. Oh, insane! Almost as much as Alexis. Right.
Oh, sorry.
I'm the
They've
man
loved
of
you about
science.
Another
Science
thing
and
for
knowledge.
conventions. Another thing for conventions is plan yourself a budget before you go and just stick to it. And don't worry about buying any toys. You don't really need to buy any toys.
No,
And
Jamie.
I
Come and
am
spend
being-
all your money at Primetime Toys.
Yeah.
I'm being
Yeah.
absolutely
Remortgage your
sincere
house.
about that because
Sell your children.
in the old days of conventions, it was a lot harder to buy stuff from stores. Now you can get that stuff nearly all year round, and go to the conventions and just enjoy it.
I might have to go, lads. I'm really sorry.
Like
Sam's giving me the signal. She threw her hot and spicy mayo at me, so I think that means she wants to mate. So
That's the signal. Jesus Christ.
That's your loop. Jesus.
Oh, she heard that.
To be fair,
She does. She does. She does.
to be fair, who doesn't love a KFC?
No, this is GBK. This was Gourmet Burger Kitchen. No, don't you? No, it was German doner kebab. That was it. GDK, German doner kebab. Oh, amazing. Pete, did you get your curry tonight?
Yes, I did, mate.
Oh,
yes,
my
I did.
back, you bitch! Fuck off!
Can we clip this and make
Yeah,
this a
that was a
short?
good shot.
This is
That was
Imagine the
German
numbers on
cookie.
this short.
What is she throwing? She's throwing fucking corks at me.
Instead of
Well,
kicking him, I put him on solo layout.
We've drunk a few bottles of prosecco today together.
So,
She's throwing
someone
those fucking
text
corks
Sam
at me.
and tell her to use heavier
Hi,
objects.
Sam.
I was going to
No!
say, tell her she
It's
keeps
not being
missing.
heavy. Pick a transformer.
She's throwing those
Yeah,
fucking corks at me.
Unicron.
Yeah.
I got
Dexter.
I'm glad this isn't collapsing into chaos.
Start with a legend and go all the way up to see what point it knocks him out.
Right, I've knocked him
Why?
on the stage. Yeah.
I don't understand.
Sam's probably
Just
out the
don't.
pub drunk. It's his mum. It's his
Love
mum
is a
telling
very
him.
complicated thing. No, if it was his mum, she would be chucking Unicron.
Nice.
Right, so let's keep it on track. So TF UK Con tickets are still on sale. This is the most we've ever sold, and they are going to run out. We have to quickly check, aren't we? Because we've sold a load over last week. So
Luke's
if
in
you
charge
could-
of trying to get a number from the hotel of what we're allowed. It is a bigger
Yeah.
hotel. I think we're safe. I'm confident we've got lots of space. As I say, there's beautiful bar area. There's a cracking open area a bit. Like how nice the weather was the last 2 years. You
Oh,
can now just
lovely.
open the back doors, go outside, sit have a beer on the picnic table. So please keep an eye on Facebook for TF UK Con. The video will be going up shortly to kind of do
I'm
a
going to have some
walkthrough
pictures of the
and
bar area and stuff like that, so I can plan.
It's
out
a
where I want
full
to be.
walkthrough video, Jamie, so you can kind of see the whole area, where the trader's going to be. You know, we've got a pack that will go out beforehand, giving you kind of a kind of map showing you where the traders will be, where Simon, Lou, Lee, where they'll be. Yeah, don't worry. And if there's anything you think I'd like to know this, just reach out, send us a message. You know, I'll do our best to answer it.
Yeah,
What
definitely.
beers will be on tap? What beers will be on tap?
Send us a message. Don't do an Alexis.
Look, has been chatting about that, so we'll find out.
Why
Look,
are you
has been
restricting? Why have you got to
chatting
high
about that
pool?
Graham,
What's he going to
We've been
do?
chatting about that.
What's zero?
Graham, can I just ask? Can I ask about
What are you
security?
hiding?
What's the security going to be?
Oh,
no,
Carling,
that's
is it?
That's it.
Carling.
Jamie's in charge. I've decided to
I
put
I don't
Jamie in
mind Carling.
charge.
I'll drink it. Working class beer.
No.
I
Who's that?
survived. I survived. I paid corkage though, but I survived.
Corkage.
Yeah, that was quite
Great.
good. See, I like that. That was topical. I like that.
Right, okay,
Shaking
so
the door again.
that's it. So we've got the Minicon coming up on the 23rd of March. Then we've got TF UK Con coming up after that in May. And then the big daddy of them all is right at the end, 9th to 11th of August, is TF Nation 2024. I'm guessing 3 to 4, 5, 6,000 people who all love Transformers coming down for literally, it's one of the best. It used to be a weekend. It's basically a week now of my life.
Yeah.
Thursday crew.
It will soon be Wednesday crew.
Oh, I think I had Thursday crew this year.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yeah, already, yeah. Thursday was good.
But second generation Thursday crew, fucker.
Oh, shut up.
New money, son. New money. Get used to it.
Sorry,
Need to move
sorry.
you old
Are you,
fellas.
are you saying Andy's season
Drink your
2?
Coke
season,
and be quiet.
Season 2,
Sorry,
season 2
Pepsi.
Thursday crew.
Well,
When they bring out
well,
the movie,
who's staying
when
the
they bring out
Monday,
the
but
movie of
who's
Thursday
staying the
crew,
Monday?
when they bring out
Thursday's
the movie
good,
of Thursday
Monday's-
crew, we'll see who's
Monday's
still left in the
important.
movie.
Yeah,
Right?
I was saying to the
We'll
Monday.
get-
I'm
we'll
not
get
doing
killed
those
off, right?
Sunday
I
I mean, to be
blues
fair,
ever
you
again.
kind of have to, don't you, Graham?
Yes. Oh yeah, get
So
it.
it's like, who wants
Right,
to go on
so
the, Autobot Shuffle?
Transformers Nation, TF Nation 2024 this year. So there's Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, plus early access tickets, plus Capcom tickets. It's the mammoth super TF convention, probably in Europe. Probably, well, it is.
Biggest
Isn't it?
in
It's the
Europe.
biggest TF
It
in
is.
Europe.
It's
So if you go on the
yeah.
Friday, it's £30. The Saturday is £45. But if you're on the early access and the Club Clon, it's £95, and the Sunday is £40. If you don't know what TF Nation is, it's a 3-day festival of Transformers guests and panels, plus trading venues, plus entertainment. Last year we had Jahan doing songs from Transformers. We had Stan Bush a couple of years beforehand. Was that 2019? 2018.
2018.
It is, and you can pick your package Friday, Saturday, Sunday. I would just advise you, like, come for all the days. We're there Thursday. People are starting to arrive Wednesday. The bar, for some reason, it's the most perfect bar in the world. It's the most expensive bar in the world, but it's the most perfect because it's just laid out that you can just all sit together. And because the bar staff are so busy, they don't really care what you do, which allows Alexis to play his music and me drink wine from a box of wine.
Boombox time.
I feel like it was a bag.
In the end, it was.
Yeah,
It looked like
absolutely.
It's like a bladder.
we'll get to that in tips. So,
Where's JB gone?
I feel like he just went like back like that, and
It's just leaned backwards.
he was laughing so much. Right,
Do you think he
TF
Did he notice? Just one big,
Shazam.
it's a big yawn. It's a big yawn. Jamie,
It
it's
went-
like magic. Magic. Do it again. Do it again.
It was like John Cena. Right.
Right, so I'm going to show the schedule in a second, what you can expect. But how did you find 2023? How was last year for you, TF?
Last year for me was absolutely a lot better. For once, I was more carefree. I'll put it that way. That's an easier way of saying it. I was more carefree. I didn't have this contraption attached to my leg, so I could go to the urinal and piss without walking backwards and going further and further away from the urinal. So that was good. It was a new experience being able to use the toilets there. Bar staff were majestic. I think it was, they were happy with the fact that we were drinking beer, which was obviously not bought from the bar, so that was good. The ladies, the wives and partners of my esteemed colleagues, they were brilliant. We went for a good drink for some good cocktails, which was also epic. And the toys were brilliant. Going around the showroom, looking at all the toys, the vintage stuff, the new stuff, exceptional.
So I was just trying to find out where the feedback was coming from.
Yeah, I was just going to say, I can hear like an echo.
Where's it coming from? I could hear it when I was muted still. So.
Oh, yeah. I don't know. It's gone now. Yeah. It's really horrible voice. Last year was amazing. Loved it so much. It was brilliant. I can hear myself again.
No, it is. It's still there.
Maybe it's you, Paul.
Let me just
Maybe
try.
it's you.
Hello, 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 hello. Last year was amazing. I stayed in bed until 11 o'clock. Can I hear that?
No,
Oh my God.
I'm not hearing it when you're talking.
Right. Okay. I'll try again. So, last year was amazing. Last year was brilliant. Like, I found a load of lay-ins. I made none of the early access. I gave that to Arrowfire, Ian. It was just great just seeing you guys. It wasn't as mental as a couple of years. I think TF UK Con, one of them, we stayed up till 6 a.m. I think some of the TF Nations, we stayed up till 3 or 4 a.m. I think it was our most placid TF Nation ever. Was last year. I think the latest we stayed up was the Saturday night. Someone had a bottle of Sambuca, and it was Tissu, and said, "Oh, come over and have a drink with some friends." And we stayed up a bit later then. That was about it. But brilliant days.
I stayed
loved.
up till 4 o'clock.
Shut up! Did you?
Yeah. Me and Maylen left, and then we went back down. And
Was
then
that
we
Saturday?
Just went around. Yeah, we just went around speaking to people and stuff like that, buying rounds, buying drinks. It was brilliant.
Till 4 o'clock in the morning.
Just after that,
That is
10 past.
5 past.
Accuracy is important.
I mean, I'm not going to lie.
I think
There are some serious gaps, aren't there?
I think it was a year before.
It's almost like they've not announced things yet.
2 years.
Yeah,
ago, I think it was that. I went to bed about 11 o'clock. I was pretty drunk. Slept it off.
That's an understatement.
Yeah, came back downstairs at 1 a.m. when I slept it off and carried on drinking. And then was like, "What are you doing back there?" Okay, I've slept it off. And carried on, and then we stayed up to like 4 a.m. Then went back to bed.
So yeah, if there's an ask of this year, I think we need to all try and stay up a little bit later on the Saturday. If we're all staying till the Sunday and we go back on the Monday, then we should. Jamie's exactly right. 4 a.m.'s right. On the Friday, you've got 10 a.m. So the registration. Merch. We've already been there for a couple of days. 11:20, you got the panel room opens, and then registration closes. And at 10:30, the panel room closes.
I like early access. I don't buy anything, but it's just nice to walk around the hall like when there's less people. Like we went to Sandown last week. I don't feel like I bought anything, but it's just nice to walk around when it's like less crowded and everyone else can go and do something else. It's just quite polite. It's just nice because it's hard.
That first hour is nice and quiet.
Yeah, it's just yeah. And you can see everyone sort of gathering outside, and you go.
And that second day, the Saturday, that's where everything kicks off. So it's got all the best panels. It's got all the trader halls. There's the Club Con, which 100% would ask you to get a ticket to wherever it's going to be. Will be amazing. There'll be that's where we've had Stambush before, where we've had Jahan. A real brilliant end. And probably what was wrong last year is I went home on the Sunday, so I woke up after all that awesomeness and then was back home. It's really be cool to stay to the Monday, which is what I'm going to do this year. What are you guys doing?
This year, I am definitely not going to be doing many panels, if any. I really want to make an effort to speak to as many people as possible because I felt I missed out and stuff. And I kid you not, like a Saturday, you did go back to your hotel room. You can sleep for a couple of hours, then come back down again. Yeah, enjoying, and that's what I kind of did, and that was a good thing. I'm not sure what time I actually got down, but yeah. So it's a good thing to do, and it was, and we were staying in executive rooms, but I mean, you can get to executive lounge, so it feels like it's free food and free drink, but it's not really.
Not make it elitist.
Yeah, he's working class.
Conventions for the common people.
I am benevolent, so I did invite my guys.
A benevolent vampire.
I would be inviting Pete, but
I was so.
But yes, it's good, and it's just it's good fun, and I just want to see as many people as possible. That's why I'm staying longer as well. Because I just felt when we were going to panels, you're passing people in the corridor and you really wanted to chat to them, but then you wanted to get in before the panel started, and you're just missing out.
Shall I go through the guests we've got so far?
Yes.
So we've got Michael Charles Hill. He was the writer-producer for The Gambler, Starscream's Brigade, Killing Jar, Ghost and Machine, The Bird and Hardest to Bear. He's there. Catherine Kavari, so an actor. She was Twitch in Nerve Spark, Miss Marvel in Avengers Assemble as well. I think that's it. I think they haven't announced a lot of guests. I guess they're building up.
No, I think they've got. I reckon they'll have a big announcement to do at TF Mini.
Oh yeah, I definitely those two.
Megan Fox.
Those two all weekend.
We'll cut overheads this year and just.
We know it's not though because we had Dave on, didn't we? And he did say that currently because he's part of the whole putting people into their slots, into their panels. And he said they've only got 2 hours left over as it stands. Cool. So everything else is filled. So we know there's going to be tons on.
Oh, yeah. Who would you want to see? So Gary Chalk was in last year, wasn't he? I guess that's Megatron. Peter Cullen was the one who was going to be, but then COVID happened.
I don't think we'll get Cullen back. I'd love it if we did, but I think they would have told us by now because they would have done the same ticket system that they did when they thought he was coming before obviously COVID hit us.
Oh, they would push that massively, right? So
they've got to because the money they could get in from that. I don't think also we'll get Welker. Again, we'd love Welker, but I just don't see it. And maybe Greg Berger again because Greg Berger seems to love coming, and we all love Greg Berger. So That'd be nice. I don't know who else you'd want apart from Megan Fox, because I know Jamie's mentioned.
I say Megan Fox, but
Once or
I'm being
twice.
sincere when I say I actually don't give a damn who goes, because I'm more interested in meeting everyone from the Transformers community. And your
No,
themselves,
you've mentioned that.
Yeah.
you know,
However,
you know.
however,
However,
I
if
would like
Megan
to
Fox
see-
is there,
yeah, let's see how strong you remain when Megan Fox strolls into the foyer in
Meg-
Hilton.
If
Fucking
Megan
leave you all in the dark.
Yeah,
If Megan Fox is there, you're all dead to me. So
Exactly.
and the truth shall set you free.
Unhand me, Malin. Unhand me.
Oh dear.
That's it.
Let
You
me
get your
go.
list out. You get your list out. She's on my list. She's on my 5. She's my 5 face. I'm allowed to. It's
She's all
laminated.
5.
Exactly.
I'm
That means
allowed
you
to
get
do
fi-
what?
Does that mean you
What
get 5
sort of
jokes?
list do you? What sort of list
Oh
do
my
you have,
God.
Alexis?
What? You remember from Friends when Ross Geller had his list? 5 people you're allowed to sleep with. So he had a list, didn't he? So he had a
Friends.
list
Alexis,
with-
you're on my list.
I was waiting
I-
to see if you were going to cut it off before that
I
moment.
don't think he'll be there.
I don't think
I
he'll
just
make
can't
it
see
either.
it. I think there's more chance of Peter Callan being there.
Oh dear.
We had a good run, didn't we?
Yeah, we did.
You
It
never
was
saw that
great.
episode of Friends when I think it was.
Yes, we've seen the episode of Friends.
Fucking
For
hell!
God's sake,
Let's
Alexis.
pause yourself.
Jesus
and go.
Christ.
Well, James had enough. Right. Yeah. So that's the big one, is it? TFN, the big one in August 11th, is it?
11th, was
I
it
think-
11th to the 13th? It's brilliant.
9th to
If you-
11th.
9th
Yeah.
to the
9th to
11th.
11th. Oh, just after my birthday, literally within days of my birthday.
You still have to buy a round. Don't care.
Well, I remind you that last year's beers were just bought by Pete, just to be clear. I mean, there was a split there.
Are you
They
two
were mostly
playing
drank by
a,
Charlie, to
uh,
be fair.
are you
If Charlie,
playing
if you're
a-
in the chat, you owe us about 75 beers. So
Yeah.
we'll collect those. TFN. Cheers, Charlie. Bring him in a
That's
cooler.
good.
Costing me a penny this year.
Exactly. It's going to be cheap as chips.
6.5k over the bar, 75 beers. It is quite expensive. Right, so let's go on to tips. Tips and trips, hypes about the convention. So any of the conventions we're going to do, TF Nation, the bar is fucking expensive. Buy a few drinks from the bar, hide a few drinks in your bag. They're so overswamped. They genuinely, I think they actually quite like it.
Hit
if you're
Flask.
doing drinks yourselves, Hit Flask is a great shout.
Don't give a shit.
Food is expensive as well.
Mm-hmm. Order
I
in.
had loads of pot noodles in my room, and I just ate them all.
I did the calculations by paying just a little bit extra. Book the tickets almost after the convention's over. The rooms are quite cheap, and you can get executive
Yeah.
rooms quite cheap as well.
Yeah.
And just eat from the executive room. So control your hunger. As soon as the executive room opens, go in there, just eat, and drink as much as you can. Get paralytic in the executive room, stagger out, and that's my plan. Save as much money as possible.
One thing that helped this year is I bought hair straighteners. So when I was getting ready to come back down, I would just get the hair straighteners out, and they just save time. It probably
Can
knocked
you,
about
can,
3
can,
to
you,
5
can you
minutes.
do
off
my
my
hair
time.
this time? Can you do my hair this time?
Pete, are you bringing your hair
Quite
straighteners?
low. Quite low.
No,
You can use mine. Don't worry, mate. You can use mine.
But
I don't need to take mine because Paul will have
Thanks,
his.
Thanks, Sydney. Aye,
I
well.
also had a hip flask as well. Hip flask with vodka, or you can put something else in it if you want.
Jamie's
Hit
tip about
flask,
booking
right.
early. Like we booked our room for this year the week after last year's and got it cheaper. We got an extra night, and it was cheaper
Yes,
than what it was last year. So
Yeah.
you know and that doesn't help for now, but for next year, once the
And the bonus, you've actually got the right hotel for once, because you're not very good at picking the right hotel, are you?
Whoa! TFN changed the hotel, not us. We booked the hotel in advance, and then TFN changed. It's just
Sorry, Graham, you're breaking up a little bit. You going for a tunnel?
Tunnel of despair.
I think that's right, isn't it? Is don't and Jamie's already said it. Is don't feel burdened that you have to buy a load of toys, or don't even feel burdened if you genuinely don't want to socialize. Don't feel like you have to.
Yeah.
Just remember why you're going. You know,
Buy
it's
me a
just,
pint.
but that is the same reason.
To buy toys. Pete, buy toys.
From
Yeah.
prime time toys.
From prime time toys.
Specifically.
But what I
Many
would say is the reason that you want to go, you know,
Yeah.
Transformers, is the reason that everybody goes.
Yeah.
And they're the reason why people suddenly become parts of these groups and socialize and stuff, because the common interest is Transformers and everyone's there for the same thing. So don't just remember why you're going and just enjoy it for that reason,
Yeah.
and everything else will fall into place. That's what I would say.
There you go. You'll get a hand job eventually, don't worry.
But I would say for people who are
It's
who are
fine
feeling
if someone
anxious,
else... Go on, sorry.
it is really difficult to approach a person, even a group of people. And the thing is, when you're trying to relax yourself, you are going to be sort of. It's even harder to approach sometimes because you feel like you're. But me and Andy wanted to speak to Liam and Sixo, and they're talking away, and you're waiting for an entrance, and it's hard, and I feel like what Sixo said, and I don't want to say this is true for everyone because it's definitely not, but it's true for us. If we're chatting away, just introduce yourself. Don't worry about it, because you can find yourself standing there for an hour, half an hour, and there will be no entrance, normal social interaction. So sometimes you just got to say hi, hello, I'm sorry, just do that, and people will understand why. They genuinely will.
Yeah.
And
Maybe
nine
we should
times-
introduce some kind of hand
nine
signal. Something
nine
like
times
people,
out-
because not everybody wants to talk. Not everybody, literally, some people are so anxious they don't want to say something. Yes, you're the Cobra. Come dancing in like that.
My people,
No, but
my
anything.
people.
Because there's been times when I've looked around and you can see there's somebody who's looking over, but you can also see they're really maybe not that one, Graham. That signal tends to mean something else. You may find there's.
That's the one Alexis gives. That's the one Alexis gives me. Is that?
That's what I mean, though.
Alexis.
You may find there's
I
misunderstandings.
missed. What did you do, Graham? I missed what you did. I was indulging myself.
Literally, I tell you what. Literally, give us a wave. If you don't want to come over and talk, just literally give us a wave, and we'll come and talk to you. I'll do that. I'm quite happy to come over and just say
I
hello.
will make a sound.
That's
Go
fine.
car, car, car. I'll come and find you.
If you want to talk to Graham, just if you want to talk to Graham, just imitate finger blasting.
Oh, and then just when we were relaxing, people, he comes in with finger blasting. Brilliant.
That'll get you discount. That'll get you discount
lap
prime time
is
stories.
always welcoming other men. So if you want to come and put your head on my lap, that's fine.
Again, Dave, it's every time, mate.
Dave is awesome. Such a
Paul's
cool
actually
guy.
now got his special trousers he wears. Actually, have pillows on the thighs for people.
He's
that
such a
wanna
strange
have
guy,
that.
though, because I've never seen anybody else who sits on his face like that. It's just strange. Anyway. Love you, Dave.
This is the way they spread them.
Alexis become a Pokemon. I wish you would fucking evolve. I'll tell you.
That's a great discussion. The evolution of Alexis.
Do you know what, Jamie Andy? I fucking don't choose you. Fuck off.
Jamie Andy.
Jamie Andy. Oh yeah.
Jandy.
No, yeah. Jandy can fuck off.
Jam Shandy. That's something else.
Yeah, Jandy Shandy. All that shit.
No, Dan.
That's one
Dan
way
doesn't talk because he's too busy transforming Transformers. That's why Dan doesn't talk.
Or
It's like
losing
we're
his
getting to the
app,
end
Too
of
busy
this.
transferring
or
your
losing his
Transformers
iPad.
for your pleasure.
Dan's awesome.
They're transformed for your pleasure.
Surely we're one of a few fans.
Sorry.
That's right. Read out loud. Because that's
It was just like
Let me just have a look here, son. What's
I'm like,
Pete's
Huh?
gone full wrong burgundy. He's gonna get a scotch out in a minute.
Right.
Yeah. So that's it. So that's the three conventions. Right. I'm going to tie you down to this.
Oh, I thought you meant at the convention.
You talking to us or the person next to
Oh,
you?
you, Andy. What one are you looking forward to the most of the three?
Oh, that's really hard because they're all brilliant and in different ways. Each one is slightly different. If I'm going to be completely honest, I probably have to go for TFN just because the size of it and it's the memories of it. I love TF UK. I love TFN Minicon now. Last year's was brilliant. I mean, this year's hopefully will be the same, but like the TF UK Con, the atmosphere there is incredible. If you're somebody who doesn't like the big crowds, TF UK Con is the place to go. Definitely, you will get all of the atmosphere and the joy of being at a Transformers convention, and you'll get it in such a nice, smaller setting, less intimidating. Hopefully, for those of you who are anxious, just helps you just to to sit there at a table. You don't have to talk to people if you really don't feel like. I hope you find a way to do it and engage. But yeah, TF UK Con incredible for people who really do find it difficult to do that and find TFN genuinely, as some people do, genuinely intimidating. But the thing about TFN is it's just such an incredible. Let's be honest. How many of you would say it's the best weekend / 5 days of your year? Every year, it's just an incredible festival of Transformers and friendship and drinking and love and Alexis in a boombox that nobody asked for, and so many other things that just make it memorable and stick with you, and you'll talk about it for a year and you'll be wanting to be back there again in a year. Sorry, I probably talked too long there. Was that 60 seconds? Because apparently we have a limit now. Somebody made it up in the Facebook group. I don't know if you saw that.
No, I 100% agree. So I think it was my first time ever. I've never been to a convention. TF UK Con, go to that, get introduced and make some friends. The TFN though in August, I think I would rank it that
You'd wank
TFN.
it,
No, rank it, not wank it.
Oh,
TF Nation August, that's the top, that's the big daddy. Then TF UK Con, TF Minicon is in its second year now. I think it's got potential, but TF UK Con probably beats it at the moment because it's just the guests are there with you chatting, and it's just you just need to experience it. But once you get used to everyone, TFN it just feels like you just see loads of friends like Brad and Jonathan and John, Zort Rider,
Rudy,
Tony, Rudy,
Andy, and fucking Charlie, and
Charlie,
so many bloody
Dan,
people.
and Robert, aka Graham.
Yeah, Robert, obviously.
It's like, do you know what it's like? I went to an all boys school. It's like, and we were really naughty.
Couldn't tell.
Yeah.
Couldn't tell.
Thank you. We were really naughty. Really, we misbehaved.
Well,
We were the first. We were the first.
You had your own kissing club, didn't you?
Our house, Natchball, was the first house to be put on report for the whole entire house. We were that misbehaved, and it just felt like that. It just felt like everyone's like in the same. I remember it was like 30 people that you really got on with, but there's 60 in TFN. It's and you're exactly right. We talk about it for a year. As soon as we leave, we're in the car, we're driving back 3 or 4, 5, 6 hours away, and everyone's texting. I've got the TFN blues. I've got the TFN blues. I miss being at TFN. Crazy. It's weird.
I'm not. I'm saying I'm still dropping off fucking Alexis.
You have the Alexis blues. It's a different thing. It's still valid. It's still valid.
Monday,
next
Sunday,
day,
Alexis
boys.
Blues. Tuesday, Wednesday, Alexis Blues. Thursday, Friday, fuck off, Alexis. Weekend comes.
An insight into my mind every week.
Cycle home.
TFN top tier,
Spent
TF
all
UK
week
Con,
with
and then
you.
TF Minicon. Graham, your thoughts?
So my experience is different for yours because I'm working at TFN Mini and the larger one. So as much as your TFN, I agree with you in terms of ranking the cons. But I'm looking forward to TF UK Con more. As much as I'm hosting, I'm on stage. I'm sitting chatting to Simon Furman and Lee Sullivan and can't complain with that. That's awesome. And then I'll be able to relax at night, and it won't be the same pressures of TFN or TF Mini where it's like having to get all the stalls set up, having to think about what we're doing, prices. It's it's a different experience, a fun experience, but a different experience. So TF UK Con's the one I'm looking forward to the most. But I'm loving the fact that more of you are there on the Thursday night and the Sunday night for TFN. It means I can properly enjoy myself a little bit more on the nights where we're not working. So different experience, eh?
Yeah.
And come and buy our toys. Make me happy.
I'm looking at these like I'm looking at this in a really, really sad way, which is like logistics, because Minicon's quite hard for me to get to, just because again, like thankfully Paul can give us a hotel. Like I'm struggling at the moment with that type of thing, and Jamie's going to give us time, which is really amazing, and I can use my vouchers. I'm going to get a train up there, so I couldn't go if it wasn't for my friends, right? So Minicon for me is a gift, so I'm really looking forward to that. And, I'm sincerely grateful for the friendship that I have with people that I have that get that. I get that. TF UK Con as well. It's my wedding anniversary day before, so I'm not there on the Friday. I'm with my good wife in London. Hope she doesn't watch this. She doesn't know what we do. It's a surprise, so I won't say more.
Shut the fuck up then.
Why did you say it?
Fuck
I forgot.
me.
I said it.
Why
I
did you say
forgot. No, she doesn't watch this.
I think the 2 bottles of wine is why I said it.
It's a secret. I'm just saying it between you
If
and
you drink 5 bottles of wine,
YouTube.
Did you not see how many? Did you not see how many corks flew in that room? 2. There wasn't 2 corks. Was
or
it?
like you haven't got them from the
Anyway.
nights before. Anyway, go on.
All right. Anyway. So I'm traveling. So for me, it's logistics. I'm traveling on the Saturday. It's just a ball like ready to get up there. And I think if we're doing, I said like you said, Graham. If we're doing
So
a quiz,
what would you rate them,
I've
Alexis?
got
Top 3.
I've got to do this one.
Why
your number
volunteer
one?
to do a quiz on a day you're going to find it hard to get there?
So for me, it's going to be.
What's your favourite? Top.
TF Nation in August, because I can get
Yeah.
I can get that. It's just easy for me to get to.
No,
Relax,
about
chill.
this isn't the conversation about what one can you get to the easiest.
What's number 2?
What's your
I found all
favourite?
of them. You
Could I
Oh, that's a
say,
shame.
could
We
we have
lost
just
the
asked
last
Pete first, then gone to him?
Back the 3 cons. You're on the
So,
clock.
so TF Nation, UK Con, Minicon, same order, right? Because
There you
again,
go.
like I think Sam came to TF Nation last year, and it was really nice actually seeing all you guys, and she had a really good time. And she loves you, all you good people as well. So I thought I had the door creak. I was waiting for a cork to come through.
Is that what you're saying? There's nice things about Sam.
No,
Okay, she's close.
Right,
I
she's
love
close.
her.
She smell
Great
fear.
shout. Pete, go on then. Your view. What's your paradigm?
Always the big one. Always the big one.
Big
For me,
team.
I think.
And what about the conventions?
Saucy. No, I think for all the points, Andy said, it's something I look forward to it every year, and you shouldn't wish the time away, but you do get to, you come back in August from TFN, and I think by October I'm already looking forward to next year. Once you've got over the blues and stuff, I think there's so many happy memories. And it's a beginning for a lot of people, of friendships and maybe certain aspects of the tournament and stuff. Yeah, always the big dance for me. And then
So
I think
good
it's a dead
dancing.
heat. Yeah, well, thanks, Paul.
That's done.
You have.
Where do we go from there?
It's like a southern Michael Flatley,
Yeah, Jamie, have you been Jamie?
Spaniel on ketamine.
but more erotic, strangely.
And then I think it's a dead heat for me between TF UK Con and Minicon. I think the intimateness of both events, I think it opens up and it gives you a different dynamic. So I think there is a place, and there is a place for those smaller, con stroke meetups in the year. People don't have to wait for August every year. It's a 12-month calendar, right? And I think what TF UK Con and the guys are doing, and now what TFN have done with Minicon, it gives people the opportunity to meet up more, so they don't have to wait 12 months, to see the friends from all over the place. So yeah, big one for me.
One thing I'll say, just say, don't wait.
Jamie,
No,
I love the answers that people have been given, and I think it's something which we say throughout the whole year. We say it after the event as well. It's the meeting the people, having that sort of conversation face to face, and I think social media was great at keeping people in contact and introducing people, but there's something magical about meeting people face to face, sitting down, and having a laugh and going off in tangents. And most of the time, we're not even talking about Transformers, and it's just hysterical, and it's good, and I almost wish the bars were like these sushi restaurants, and it's a turnstile, and you can just be rotated around and meet other people and stuff like that, because it really is like that. It's like speed dating. 40 seconds you need to move, but like 4 minutes.
speed
Speed
formers.
Yeah, and it's good, and I'm looking forward to meeting so many people, like Sam Thompson, etc. Charlie again, Jermaine.
Well, Charlie's such a dude.
Oh,
isn't he?
Jermaine, he's
Jermaine's
Top
awesome.
notch.
Oh,
Jermaine's cool, Sam's cool, Charlie's cool.
Graham, Robert Kopp.
yeah, he's
It's just
interesting.
it's just awesome, and obviously Graham and his lovely wife, who I think he's becoming one of the wags, to be quite honest, as well. So, and it's another person for access to usually the executive room as well. So, but yeah, it's great. And to me, I book it for the next year. I'm looking forward for the next year, and it's the biggest event. It's the biggest sort of convention, and it just seems laid back, and I enjoyed it so much last year.
Sam's the best.
I had a smile on my face continuously. And I think with Sam, we were doing 80s theme songs, and we all agreed that it was Jason the Wheeled Warriors was the best 80s.
No, we didn't. Just you. And in your head, that means we all agree.
100% is. No,
It's just
Jamie's right. Jamie's right.
It's just weird moments you have. Like I remember sitting down with Sam, and we watched Eurovision 2 years ago together at TF UK Con, and spoke about United.
We really got into that.
We did.
It's like
it's fucking
the
amazing.
only time I've ever watched Eurovision.
It was the one where we should have won, but fucking Russia invaded Ukraine, so everyone voted for Ukraine, and we came second. Thanks, Russia.
And we had to host it, and still we didn't win, but we also got the penalty of having to pay for the next event, didn't we?
Yeah,
It's Sweden, actually, isn't it? Sweden.
Stupid communism.
Hang on one second.
But also like years where I've watched football matches with people, with other people who attended from other conventions, sitting down and watching football matches. I think it's just like you're allowed to be single again. Like you're allowed to go out, and even if you bring your wife, it's a bit like you've left the kids at home. It's like, oh, cool, we can just be absolute youngsters again. We can go out and enjoy ourselves.
I mean, I like the little things. It's like
more than one day.
Drew gave me a kind of iron brew. It was like iron brew and
Was it vanilla?
cube soda. Yeah, vanilla iron brew.
It was,
and it was like American cube soda. And I loved that. And the fact he thought about doing that for me was amazing. You had Dazatron, the person who does all these sort of like diorama stuff. He made some stuff for me and gave it to me. And that was the TF Minicon. And that was brilliant as well. And it's like, and I think Andy got a G1 Pretender bludgeon.
That was the year before, not last year. The year before.
And that was at TF Nation
From Mark.
So that's sort of like epic stuff, and I'm not saying you need to do stuff. I'm just saying it's these little things. It's brilliant. You've got so many people handing out gifts to people and introducing themselves, and that's brilliant. There's so many people who are guests who work to make it even a better event. We even did a competition for it as well, and that was good, and I enjoyed that.
I think for me was last year when, and I still joke about it with Liam Toybox Soapbox, is when on Saturday afternoon we were just singing Backstreet Boys in the bar, and Liam was at the other end of the bar and was like, "Was that you guys?" And it was just like 10, there was like 10 or 12 of us, and it was just so impromptu, but it was such a, it wasn't like a boozy afternoon in a pub kind of thing. It was just people feeling really relaxed. And well, yeah, all right,
Kind of
maybe
was.
it was. Maybe that's why it was so loud.
Pete,
But
you collapsed in my chicken. Man, I got a plate of chicken and you just collapsed on it and went, ugh.
Jamie, tell me why.
Because he was
I don't
absolutely pissed out. He's still. He's like,
Pete
no.
got- Pete
I
got
think you
the
missed
pick
that.
on
You missed that. Yeah.
Yeah, that's quite
had a bad
ironic.
Yeah, it's a bit ironic. Don't you think?
Oh, ain't nothing but Pete Edwards.
All right, cool. Well, I'm going to wrap it up there.
Tell me why.
Always
Oh,
in
the
your face
irony.
in a couple of weeks' time. Brilliant.
I love,
Um,
get on the line.
Please, if you see us at any conventions, come up and say hello. We'd love to chat. And if you're anxious, 100% get that. We've all been in that place. Hang out with us. We'll look after you. It's fine. We won't leave you with Alexis for too long.
Bring beer.
Yeah.
yeah,
I'm joking. No, I'm joking.
Or crack.
You know, do bring beer.
Ketamine, anything. We'll try
it's
it.
not those, not that 0% stuff. Don't bring that.
Oh, don't bring non-alcoholic. You'll be right
What?
out.
Is that, I thought it was a myth.
No, it's what we're going to start buying for you.
That's not real.
Yes.
That's not real. That's not real.
For those going to TF Minicon, we will see you in 3 weeks' time. I'm so excited. See you soon. Au revoir.
Tell
Au
me why.
revoir.